Hi there, I'm Natasha St. Michael, and today I want to talk about honey versus oil cleansing method for acne and acne-prone skin and active pimples and breakouts. Which one should you use? Should you try using honey to wash your face, or should you try using the oil cleansing method? And as you guys know, I love these two methods of cleansing the skin. I love any cleanser that is mild, and both of these are certainly mild. But for acne specifically, I would say go with the honey cleansing. I prefer this for acne and acne-prone skin in general. Now, some people do really well with oil cleansing, and I'm going to go through both cleansing methods. But in general, if you're looking at these two cleansers and you're like, which one should I go with? Start with the honey, mainly because honey is just naturally antibacterial, it's antimicrobial, it's antiseptic, it's antifungal, and it has wound healing activity. It actually helps to speed up the healing of your skin. If ever you get like a burn or a wound or a scrape on your skin, you can actually put a thin layer of honey on top of it, and it will protect it. It will keep it from getting infected, and it will actually help to speed up the healing. Pretty cool, right? So, you know, when we got pimples and stuff on our face, we've got like mini wounds, and if you can use something to wash your face that is actually helping to speed up that healing and is also antibacterial and, you know, it's protective, help your skin heal better. This, by the way, is not going to magically make your pimples disappear. You're not going to use this one night and the next day you're going to be acne free. There's no product out there, unfortunately, that is like a magic wand that's going to get rid of it overnight. But if you can use things that actually support the healing of your skin, you're in a much better direction, as opposed to using something that's too strong, that's too drying, that's just too harsh on your skin, that's making it worse. And we don't want to go in that direction. So in today's video, I am going to do a demo using both the honey cleansing and the oil cleansing. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of both cleansing methods, specifically for acne and acne-prone skin. And at the end, I am going to go through a few cleansers that are mild that I recommend as well, in case honey doesn't work for you, oil cleansing doesn't work for you, and you need a recommendation of just a basic cleanser that you can use every day. So let's first talk about honey. Honey is antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiseptic, and has wound healing properties. I talked about this before. Another great thing about honey is that it has naturally occurring enzymes and gluconic acid. And what this does, gluconic acid is actually in the family of AHAs, but it's a lot more gentle. And what that will do is it'll help to exfoliate your skin without there being a rough texture. So there's no scrubbing action with this. You always need to get a smooth honey. The beauty of this is that if you use something that has a very mild exfoliant in it, like an enzyme or an exfoliating acid, is that as it's cleansing your skin, it's also exfoliating your skin, and it's helping to get rid of the buildup that is building up on the surface of your skin and in your pores, plus helping to fade acne marks and acne scars. And so why I love honey, especially for acne-prone skin, is that you're using your fingers to wash your face, okay? There's no washcloth, no tool, no nothing. There's nothing abrasive on your skin. And basically, to use the honey to wash your face, you would rinse your face with warm water, and then with a spoon, you'd scoop out some honey, some smooth honey. You would apply it on your skin with your fingers, and in a circular motion, you'd rub it around your skin, and then you would just gently rinse it off with warm water. And that's it. And if you need a moisturizer afterwards, you use a moisturizer. If not, just that's it. Very, very, very simple. And it, as you'll see when you use honey, is that it makes your skin brighter, it makes it softer, and just much more balanced. Now, the only issue with honey is that it's not going to remove things that are difficult to remove, like foundations and sunscreens. So you're going to either have to use a makeup remover before you use the honey to wash your face in the evening, or you're going to have to just use another cleanser, and you can try the oil cleansing method or a mild cleanser. But I wouldn't rely on honey to be removing things that are difficult to remove. So that's just something to know. So in your lifestyle, like if you wear a lot of makeup and stuff, this wouldn't be the first choice. But if you use a makeup remover to remove the makeup, then you can certainly try the honey. So things to watch out though for, just to make sure that you're not ever having a bad reaction to honey, is just if your skin ever feels itchy or red or raw or dry, stop using the honey. It's probably coming from the honey. It can happen. Honey is very active, right? It's very antibacterial. It has an astringent quality to it that for some people that have very sensitive skin or their skin is just very dry, sometimes this can throw it off balance. Sometimes though, if someone has very dry skin, it actually helps to exfoliate the skin and hydrate the skin, bringing it back to balance. So it's one of those things that you really can't look at your skin type to know whether honey is going to work or not. It's something you just need to try. With the honey, how to select the right honey for washing your face. Now, this is very important stuff. This is the most important. You need to get a honey that is, first of all, 100% pure. You need to look at the ingredients of the honey just to make sure there's no syrups or sugar or anything added into it. I find the best place to buy honey is from a health food store, from a beekeeper, from a farmer's market, things like that, as opposed to getting it from like a big grocery store, just because a lot of times mainstream honeys are mixed with other filler ingredients. You also want to make sure it's smooth. This is the most important thing for washing your face, is that you don't want any texture, any granules, or anything in the honey. It really needs to be a smooth honey. And sometimes it's difficult to tell, is the honey you're buying, is it smooth, just by looking at it, because honey comes in many different colors and opacities and all of that. I find if a honey looks very solid in the jar, it looks kind of creamy and solid, or it has a lot of grains accumulating at the bottom, that usually means it's a grainy honey. But if you hold it up to the light and it looks like there's some light that can pass through it and you don't see any kind of granules or anything that's opaque within it, then it's probably a smooth honey. It's one of these things you have to kind of try out a little bit, or usually on the label too, sometimes it will be labeled as being a smooth honey. So that's really important. If it has any granules in it could potentially tear your skin and hurt your skin. So you always want it to be a smooth honey. Also, I recommend getting an organic honey and a raw honey. The raw honey is going to have all that wonderful activity in it. It's going to have the nutrients in it, and it's going to have that wound healing activity in it, and also more antibacterial and antimicrobial and antifungal, because nothing is cooked out of it. As soon as things are heated, a lot of times things lose their medicinal properties. So go with a raw honey. It's the best bet. Now, next is the oil cleansing. So oil cleansing, this is one of these things that either people love it or they can't stand it. It's one of those things that sometimes it works for you, sometimes it does not. And sometimes it involves trying a few different oils and also making sure you use a proper washcloth. I can't emphasize this enough, because sometimes it's the oil that's messing up your skin, sometimes the washcloth is too harsh, and sometimes your skin just doesn't like oils. Now, for a lot of people, the whole oil cleansing thing is just really foreign, because especially if you have acne, right? You've probably heard from your dermatologist, and you see in a lot of marketing campaigns about things being oil-free, and it's always directed towards people with acne, as if you need to be avoiding things with oil in it. And for some people, yes, you do. Some people really, their skin does not like any oils. But for other people, is that sometimes oil actually helps to balance out your skin. There's two sort of categories of oils that could be beneficial for someone with acne prone skin. And there's one category of oils like jojoba oil, like this one, that is similar to your skin's own natural sebum. And so this kind of mimics it. So when you put it on your skin and you're using it on your skin and the residues are left on your skin, it kind of triggers your skin into thinking you've got more oil on your skin and it doesn't need to produce more oil, pore clogging sebum. And so for a lot of people with oily skin, is that they noticed that when they started oil cleansing that they had less oily skin, and then their skin started clearing up, because basically the oil was sending signals to your skin saying it has enough oil not to produce more, and that helps for things to regulate. So that could be one reason why oil cleansing works for some people, and they love using oils like jojoba oil, or also squalane oil too is also very similar to our skin's natural sebum. Now, there's other types of oils that are high in linoleic acid, and there's been some research that has shown that some people with acne-prone skin have very low levels of linoleic acid in their sebum. And what ends up happening is that if you don't have much linoleic acid in the sebum, the natural oils in your skin, is that the sebum and those oils become sticky and hard, and that's what ends up clogging up your pores. And so if you use products that have high amounts of linoleic acid, that helps to balance out the sebum, and it becomes less sticky and less pore clogging. So over time, the acne completely disappears. And so that's a really cool thing too. So oils that are high in linoleic acid, and not all oils are high in linoleic acid, but a few of them that I would recommend for acne-prone skin would be grapeseed oil or safflower oil or sunflower oil. Those are the 3 oils that I find are widely available and work very well for acne-prone skin, and they're high in linoleic acid. I know a lot of people like to use hemp seed oil, which is another oil that is also high in linoleic acid, but hemp seed oil tends to be quite drying. It seems to only really work if you have super oily skin, and even that, like over time, it starts to dry out the skin. So I find grapeseed oil or like safflower or sunflower to be a lot more balancing. So those are oils you can try as well. And the main thing is, though, is that if oil cleansing doesn't work for you, it's one of those things that you can try 1 more oil, but I wouldn't try 5. I would basically like try 1 or 2, and then if those don't work, then I would just take a break from it. But the one thing I do like about oil cleansing is that it too is a very gentle method of cleansing, but what I love about it is that it really cleanses the skin. So if you wear sunscreen every day, if you're wearing makeup every day, this really takes everything off and without stripping the skin, without drying out your skin. It removes everything effortlessly. And for a lot of people with acne-prone skin, we don't realize just how much is building up on our skin. We've got the dead skin cells building up and the sebum, and then you got makeup and all this stuff. And if you're using a cleanser that really isn't taking that stuff off every day, that could very well be what's clogging up your skin. So oil cleansing is really great for that, as well as what I love about it is that it loosens up that buildup, because sometimes we have buildup that's just difficult to remove. It's kind of resistant to regular cleansers, and an oil breaks up oil that's building up on your skin. It breaks up that oil and that sebum that's clogging up your pores. It starts loosening it up so that it can come off. And so it's just a great way of basically kind of like exfoliating your skin without using a scrub and without using an acid. And so I do love oil cleansing, and I do think that for some of you, this could be a great option where it really helps to balance out your skin. And I will say it's one of those things where it doesn't depend on whether you have oily skin or dry skin if it's going to work for you. It has to do more with the chemistry of your skin, whether your skin responds to oils or not, and also about that linoleic acid. If your skin is deficient in it, then it will respond well to oils that are high in linoleic acid. So it's one of those things that you're only going to know until you try. And so with oil cleansing, for acne-prone skin, my recommendation is that you want to start with a plain oil. Buy a new bottle. Don't use a bottle that's been sitting in your closet for the past 5 years or even over 6 months. I find go out and buy a tiny, small little bottle of oil that's fresh. Because if you're using like an oil that's high in linoleic acid, those oils are also, they go rancid very quickly within 6 months. So grapeseed oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, all those oils, they need to be replaced every few months. Something like the jojoba oil and even squalene oil, those actually can last years, okay, like 5+ years. It's pretty amazing that these are a lot more stable. But again, just to be on the safe side, if it's the first time you're ever doing oil cleansing, go on, just buy a new bottle, just so it's fresh and you know that there's nothing that's been growing in it and things like that. And the thing is, too, what's very, very important is your washcloth. Okay, I cannot stress this enough, is that if you use a washcloth that is too like rough and it kind of hurts your skin, using that twice a day eventually is going to seriously irritate your skin, and it's going to slow the healing like progress of your skin. It basically is going to irritate your pimples and your breakouts more. When you got breakouts and pimples on your skin, and you know, they're open, they're oozing, they're flaking, they're scabbing up. You have to be super gentle, and you need to be using a very gentle washcloth. Me, I cannot use natural fiber washcloths. I find they're too rough. I've tried so many different ones like bamboo and cotton and hemp, like so many different fibers. And I've been on sort of the washcloth journey for many years, trying many things, and I've yet to find 100% natural fiber washcloth that actually is gentle enough for my skin. Some people have more durable skin that they can handle it, but I find in general, I do better with a blend, something that's a blend of synthetic as well as a natural fiber, and I find that works better for me. I love the Grovia cloth wipes. These are my favorite. You guys know I've been raving about these for years, and what I love about them is that they're plush and they're soft, but they have a touch of texture that they're not so soft that they don't do anything and they just move the cleanser around, but they have a little slight texture that helps to lift off the dirt, the debris, the makeup, the sunscreen, the buildup off the surface of your skin. When you're oil cleansing is for acne prone skin, I recommend applying the oil to dry skin, okay, and working it into your skin, because the oil is going to break up and dissolve the buildup off the surface of your skin. Sometimes people say to add the oil to a washcloth. Don't do that. Put it directly on your skin and massage it very gently into your skin. And then you're going to dampen your washcloth. And I recommend using warm water, but not steaming hot water. I find the steaming hot water all over your face is too irritating. And so you'd make sure to remove everything off your skin completely, and then you can either just leave your skin as is, or you can apply a moisturizer if needed. A few things to watch out for with oil cleansing is that in the beginning, especially depending on what you've been using before as your cleanser, is that you might go through an adjustment period. And it's either an adjustment period or you're having a bad reaction. The adjustment is basically because it's more nourishing than what you're maybe used to using on your skin. And so you might here and there get very small, little tiny pimples, little pustules or little whiteheads. And as long as they're really tiny and they kind of disappear very quickly and heal, that should be fine, and that should go away within 2 or 3 days. It shouldn't be like continuous where your whole face is filling up with them. It basically could be a few, but within 2 to 3 days that should disappear, and that shouldn't be an issue. That would be one thing that I would consider part of the adjustment period. You might also too, in the first week or two, get a few breakouts or pimples coming to the surface of your skin. And as long as it's in areas of your face that you normally get breakouts, let's say you're always getting breakouts on your chin and you start oil cleansing and you notice, oh my gosh, I got more pimples on my chin, that just might be because it's coming to the surface. And that probably isn't an issue. But let's say you start getting pimples on your cheeks and you never get pimples on your cheeks. That's probably a bad reaction to the oil. I would also say too is that if you notice any kind of rashes, if your skin gets really dry, if it gets red or irritated, that's a bad reaction. And if you get clusters of tiny little bumps, whether they're red or just the color of your skin, but it's like this textured bumpy stuff, that to me is a bad reaction, and that's not going to go away. There's something that's clogging up all your pores, and so they suddenly start coming to the surface and raising. So that to me is a bad reaction, and stop using the cleanser. The sooner you stop using it, the sooner it will heal. Usually within a week, 2 weeks max, it will resolve itself and go away. So now I want to end off with just some recommendations of some cleansers in case neither the honey cleansing works for you or the oil cleansing doesn't work for you, what to use. So we'll start with VERDURA. This is the Bamboo Diva. This is their facial cleanser. This is all natural. This is handmade products. They're beautiful. This is, out of all the cleansers I'm going to be recommending, this is the most mild. This I would not recommend if you're wearing like long-wear foundation or waterproof sunscreens. It's not going to remove it. But if you're more of like a wash and go kind of person, I recommend this. This is formulated to be oil balancing. So it's formulated for oily and combination skin. I use this even on my dry skin and it's fine, but definitely more for oily and combination skin. And what I love about this, besides it being just very mild, so it'll never make your skin tight or dry, but I love the finish of this. This actually it sort of diminishes the appearance of pores and stuff. So if you've got enlarged pores or any kind of texture on your skin, you'll see that it'll become more and more smooth, which is very, very nice. And it's also a little bit brightening as well. The next two cleansers I want to recommend are from Indie Lee. These are awesome. Indie Lee's cleansers are awesome. They're mild. All of them are gel cleansers that work up into a lather, and they all clean your skin beautifully, as well as remove makeup and sunscreen and things that are difficult to remove. These take it all off. So the first one I'll talk about, though, is the Purifying Face Wash. And this one is formulated more for oily skin, combination skin. And it's a daily cleanser that you can use morning and night to wash your face and also remove sunscreen and makeup. It'll cut through everything, as well as if you have oily skin that has a lot of oils and sebum that are building up on your skin throughout the day, this is a good cleanser just to get all of that off. So if you like a cleanser that really makes your skin feel fresh and clean without drying it out, without stripping it, without making your skin like tight and irritated, go with this. And plus, the Purifying Face Wash is formulated for breakout prone skin. Now, I also want to recommend, though, the Brightening Cleanser. I love the Brightening Cleanser, maybe more because I've got maturing skin, that I just love this because it's a touch more mild than the Purifying Face Wash. But this is great if you do have acne prone skin, but your skin is more normal, maturing, dry, or sensitive. This is a very, very mild cleanser, but this one too, it breaks through the sunscreen and the makeup and thoroughly cleanses the skin. And even though it's not made for acne prone skin, I think this is perfectly fine to use if you have acne or you're prone to getting a lot of breakouts. It's fine, and I love it. I highly, highly recommend it. Both cleansers are fantastic. The next cleanser I don't actually have here, but that I highly recommend is the Oschia, the Renaissance Cleansing Gel. I've been recommending this for years. I've been using this on and off, I would say, for over a decade. I love this cleanser. It's super gentle, but it's got some powerful, like really great healing ingredients in it. And basically it's a gel cleanser, but when you apply it to the skin and add a little water to it, it becomes sort of milky, but then it rinses off clean. And it's formulated with pumpkin enzyme, which exfoliates the skin. It helps to break up all that buildup on the surface of the skin. Plus it's got MSM, and I find MSM to be very healing, very anti-inflammatory, helps reduce redness. And then it's also got vitamin A, C, and E, which help to fade acne marks and scars, helps to bring new skin to the surface, and help to strengthen the skin. Overall, it's a fantastic cleanser, and it's definitely one of my top favorites too for acne-prone skin. And then lastly, I've got the Drunk Elephant. This is the Bestie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser. Now, out of all the cleansers I've recommended today, this is the strongest. This one has stronger surfactants, which for me, my skin that's like more maturing and on the dry side, this is too strong. But someone who has oily skin that wants like a cleanser that's gonna like cut through the oils and get your skin like super clean, go with this. It's definitely milder than like mainstream cleansers, but at the same time, I still say it's a strong cleanser. But what I do like about this is that it doesn't have any essential oils in it. It's unscented, so it's good for sensitive skin. Sensitive skin, I would say that's oily. This cleanser I would only recommend for like oily skin or combination skin that's leaning more oily. Or if you need a cleanser, like a second step cleanser, like you use a cleansing balm or an oil cleanser at night to remove makeup, and you need a cleanser to remove that oil or that balmy residue on your skin, then use this, because this will cut through all that and remove it. So this is a great second step cleanser, but if you have dry skin or normal skin that's leaning more dry, too strong, way too strong. Go with the Indie Lee cleansers. Those are a lot milder. So these are my recommendations. I'd love to hear, have you tried oil cleansing, or have you tried the honey cleansing, or is there another mild cleanser that you really like and recommend? I'd love to hear from you, so do post in the comments below. I've also, just to let you know, I did a blog article that has all the instructions for the honey cleansing and the oil cleansing, and plus also just some notes of like what to watch out for in case you're having a bad reaction, as well as recommended products as well. So I put together a whole blog post that goes with this video, and I'll put a link to that below so you can check that out for more information. I'm wishing you guys an awesome day. I'm so happy making videos again. Every time I make a video, I'm so happy. And yeah, so excited for the next one. And yeah, so I'll be seeing you guys again soon. Bye.